Hi, everyone. It's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher. And in today's lesson, we're going to learn how to use scissors. Now, scissors are a tool that you use in art, and scissors are very helpful, but if they're used improperly, meaning the wrong way, they can be dangerous. Scissors sometimes have a very pointy edge. Sometimes they're round, and scissors are sharp, especially in the open blade. Scissors have some parts: the handles, the blade. I call this closed blade when they're closed. I call this open blade when they're open. And then this little screw here, which is the fulcrum. That is the point where they open and close, kind of like when you open and close with your fingers. Now, there are some things you need to know about scissors. One, what not to do with scissors. So, never, ever cut your hair. Never, ever cut your clothes. Never, ever throw them. Never, ever put them in your mouth. Never, ever run with them. Never spin them on your finger. Those are some important things to never do with scissors because those things can be dangerous. Now, things to do with scissors. One, when you're passing someone scissors, always hold them by the closed blade. Hand the person the handle. Now, this will be my other person. Hand them the handle, but don't let go till they say thank you. When they say thank you, you can let go because you know that they're not going to drop them because they have a good grip on the scissors. Another good thing to do with scissors is to cut paper and art things that your teacher or your parents tell you you can cut. Never just cut stuff willy-nilly because you don't want to cut something by accident. And always be careful with scissors and keep your other finger family out of the way when you're using one finger family to hold scissors so that they don't get eaten by the sharp blades either. All right, I call these scissor gators. And actually, I have a story to tell you that I'm going to share with you. So let me share my screen. All right, so now let me put this in slide mode. Give us a moment as it comes up. All right, so Scissor Gator. How the finger family helped the Scissor Gator, a how to use scissors story retold by Michelle Branch. That's me, the art teacher. I probably should add a line playing the art teacher at the bottom. All right, let's go ahead and let me read the story to you. There once was a Scissor Gator, and he loved to eat paper. He ate paper for breakfast. He ate paper for lunch. He ate paper for dinner. But one day he lost his eyes and could not see to find any paper to eat. Scissor Gator grew so skinny, he looked like spaghetti. So one day he crawled out of the swamp and he made it to the finger family's house and he knocked on the door. And who should be at the door? It was Tom Thumb. Scissor Gator said, "Oh, Tom Thumb, will you please be one of my eyeballs so I can see to eat? I'm so hungry." And Tom Thumb says, "Well, I'm big and strong and husky. Sure, I'll be one of your eyeballs." Just then, the door opened a little wider. And who should be standing there? Peter Porner. And Scissor Gator said, "Oh, Peter Porner, will you please be one of my eyeballs so I can see to eat? Because I'm so hungry." Peter Porner said, "Well, I don't want to be an eyeball. I know. I will hang out under your chin and I will point to paper and then I will tickle your chin so you'll know when to open and close your mouth." Just then, The door opened a little wider, and there stood Toby Tall. And Scissor Gator said, "Oh, Toby Tall, will you please be one of my eyeballs so I can see to eat? I'm so hungry." And Toby Tall says, "Well, I'm big and strong and tall. Oh, sure, I'll be one of your eyeballs." And just then the door opened a little wider, and there stood Ruby Ring and Baby Pinky. Scissor Gator said, "Oh, Ruby Ring and Baby Pinky, will you please be my eyeball so I can see to eat? I'm so hungry." Ruby Ring said, "Well, I don't know. You already have the boy fingers helping you. But I tell you what, I'll babysit Baby Pinky and keep her out of the way." Well, Tom Thumb being short, he went in the small round hole. And Toby Tall being tall, he went in the long hole. And Peter Porter went under the chin, while Ruby Ring babysat Baby Pinky. So if you are right-handed, when you hold a pair of scissors, it will look like this. Look at the picture. So Tom Thumb, Peter Porter, Toby Tall, Ruby Ring, and Baby Pinky. And if you're left-handed like Miss Branch, it's going to look like this. You still have Tom Thumb, Peter Porter, Toby Tall, Baby Ring, Ruby Ring, and Baby Pinky. And what I like to say is Tom Thumb, Toby Tall, Peter Porter goes under the chin. Tom Thumb, Toby Tall, Peter Porter goes under the chin. After the Finger family got into position, Peter Porter pointed to a scrap of paper. At first, Scissor Gator could only take little nibbles. His scrap of paper. At first, he took little. I'm sorry, Miss Branch wrote this right twice. All right, let me get back to the story. At first, Scissor Gator took only little nibbles, and he went nibble, 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 nibble. But then Scissor Gator was able to open his mouth wide and take bigger bites. He went bite, 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 bite. Scissor Gator ate so fast he left crumbs all over the place. Soon the Scissor Gator was full, and they even cleaned up the mess before going home. The end. All right, everyone, Miss Branch realized that she put a sentence in that story twice. And so when I was reading it again, I kind of was like confused. But anyway, now, left-handed people, I'm just like Miss Branch. Let me tilt this way. Tom Thumb, little hole. Toby Tall, big hole. Peter Porter under the chin. Now, sometimes scissors are hard, and sometimes Ruby Ring and Baby Pinky does help. Sometimes people like to have Peter Porter helping too when you're opening and close. But this is the proper way to hold scissors. Tom Thumb, Toby Tall, Peter Porter under the chin. Now, if you're right-handed, it looks like this. Now, in the story, we said Scissor Gator took little nibbles, and little nibbles are little tiny bites with the tip of the scissors. And let me get closer to the camera. See this little nibble, nibble, nibble. 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 Those are little nibbles made with the scissors. And you can do nibble, nibble, nibble. So on your scrap paper, you can practice with nibbles. But then Scissor Gator was able to open his mouth wide, and he took a bite. And bite. And he took a bite and a bite and a bite, 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 bite. Bite, 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 bite. So scissors are a tool, bite, for taking little nibbles, nibble, nibble, nibbles, or big bites. Everyone, that was how to use the scissor tool story. Thank you for watching. We will be using scissors in our projects coming up, and I can't wait to see you in the next videos. Bye, everyone. Oh.